It's the Vegas Toy SquadCast, starring Vegas Toy Squad.
Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Vegas Toy Squad. This is our episode 19.
Mini
Episode, because if you haven't noticed, we're not in studio, we are out on location.
in the forests of Pomona, California.
Yes, that's right, I kept saying the wrong city.
Not Palermo.
No, we're in Pomona, California, and we are truly in the wild.
There's a tree right here. I'm gonna hug it.
Urban wild, we're in the urban wild.
Yes. As you can tell by the freeway, just to our immediate right, off camera.
So gladly we have Patty in the back, if you want to say hi. She is
Hello,
filming
everybody.
for us. And then my name's Rick, as usual.
I'm Frank. I'm Rob.
I don't think any of us has changed our names lately.
Not today.
So, same old folks. But we decided to take a little road trip for VTS and come out to Frank & Son to visit the collectible show. I came out here a little bit ago and scouted it out. And then we decided as a squad that we needed to come down and check it out. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to show you some footage of us in the elusive, well, I guess elusive wouldn't be right, the immense, enormous, overwhelming Frank & Son
Yes.
place. And then we'll come back, you'll see us again at the end, and we'll kind of give you a recap and talk about everything that we got there at Frank & Son.
Yeah. So, sign off. And
Right.
This is on Podbean.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Also, but the episode on Podbean is actually going to be even shorter than the one on YouTube because all the footage from Frank & Son won't be in it. So it'll be real short if you're just listening, but you should go check out the video on YouTube because you can check out our...
See everything.
And we did get some
Hall and
actual footage in Frank & Son.
Oh, yeah. So...
And we'll talk about that too, because that was scary.
We have a
scary
story.
experience, yeah. So that's it, and we'll
That's
see
it.
you on the flip side.
All right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Vegas Toy Squad here at Frank & Son in, where are we? City of Industry,
Yeah, I believe
California. This is the big indoor kind of toy collectible swap meet thing they do a couple times a week here. And we're going to go inside and check it out. As usual, I'm Rob, and we have...
I'm Rick.
I'm Patty.
I'm Frank. And we are Vegas Toy Squad doing our SquadCast live. Well, not live.
Well, we're
In the field.
we're alive.
We're alive, and we're live at Frank & Son. So we're going to go inside and probably spend a whole lot of money. Come
Do
with
this
us,
thing.
won't you?
And so it begins. Oh boy.
For the X-Force one. And then even that one too. This is amazing. This is my favorite.
Yeah, I love that series.
VTS checking out toys.
Isn't this like small Transformers or something?
We got Shogun Warriors. There, Voltron. Voltron up there, and then Transformers.
Is this stuff vintage?
And then, yeah, a lot of it. And then Robotech, Transformers, and then they even got some of the Robotech and Voltron action figures down there. But this is the booth I was most excited for you guys to check out because he's got tons of stuff inside and then around the corner. He's got a ton of vintage stuff. One of my favorite toys as a kid, the Shogun Warrior Godzilla.
Oh, yes.
It's a whole Godzilla and King Kong.
They said, isn't this the dinosaur that you let the kids at home play with? I'm like, sure is. Look how much I paid.
I'll be back. And Pikachu.
You remember Abraham from The Walking Dead, right? Let's ask Rick. Rick. Who's that?
Seamus.
I thought it was Abraham.
He looks like him from The Walking Dead, but no.
Shaman.
Seamus.
Seamus.
Now we know.
I don't even know if he looks like that nowadays.
You remember Abraham from The Walking Dead?
You're fixated.
He's everywhere. Remember Abraham from The Walking Dead?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's him. All kind of Abrahams here.
there's all kinds of
Is this a wrestler?
Yeah, gold dust.
Gold dust.
You know Abraham?
Wait, I did see an Abraham.
G.I. Joe Zombies, that's always a good one.
Oh,
Just
that's
saw it.
It's
fun.
always a good one.
Where's Abraham?
I swear I just saw him.
But it is the fog.
Was he in the
That's
fog?
super cool.
Kurt Russell wasn't in
No,
the
he was not. No.
Kind of looks like him though with a
That's a
beard.
great figure.
Is that NECA?
It
Yep.
is NECA.
That's super cool.
Awesome figure. And there, of course, is Captain Spaulding.
Friday the 13th accessories.
That's cool. Street lamp and stuff.
Yeah.
Sign.
The sign. That's pretty cool. Many pots. Play Arts Tomb Raider. That's cool.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she comes with a lot of accessories.
Which version is that?
Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Is that so? That's not like
One of the
from
more recent
movies.
ones, I believe. No, not more recent. No Angelina Jolie.
Darn it. What's the matter? What's the
I
matter?
want more than I can buy.
Looking something up, Frank?
Yeah, well, I'm calling for someone. See if he wants it.
What you got? Dragon Ball?
Yeah. He's a huge Dragon Ball fan.
For a friend.
And my boy Ricardo.
Right on. What's up, Ricardo?
Yep, he was looking for this on eBay, and I think it was more expensive. So I'm gonna see if he
Shoot him
still
a
wants
text.
it.
Right on.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
That's what the squad does. We help our friends.
You know
What we're here for. Wow. Well, that was a heck of a day at Frankenstein.
quite the haul.
We're gonna go back to camp and we'll discuss.
For sure.
See you there.
VTS is
Ow.
out of Frankenstein. All right, so we are back from Frankenstein. We went there yesterday,
That was
and
exciting,
it
wasn't it?
was very exciting.
Super exciting.
Very exciting, very tiring.
Yes.
This is our haul here, so we'll talk about that. But
What time did we start? 11 o'clock, 11:30?
It's about 10:30, I thought.
Was it that early?
counts? Do you want to count second breakfast as our starting point?
So anyways, we started 11-ish and went right up to about 4:30.
Yeah, almost till it closed.
Covered basically every aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Hit every aisle.
He did. We hit every
Yep.
single one.
And but I could have gone back today.
Yeah, well,
I mean, there was
you
stuff-
could talk about, there was some stuff that you could have purchased yesterday. And
Yeah, I didn't. I showed
I
restraint.
know you did.
And
big time.
unfortunately, we are still only 20 minutes away, so we haven't left town yet.
No, it's not going to happen, but we will come back. But yeah, I mean, with a thing like this, it's like even if you buzz through
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing, at the end you want to go back and hit a couple places,
Yeah.
and see a thing or two you were thinking about, but we didn't really have that chance yesterday,
Right.
Because we spent pretty much the whole day combing through the stuff and
Yeah.
picking up, little things here and there.
Well, lucky for me, you and Patty wanted to go back and get a pop.
Oh, yes.
So while you guys did that, there was a particular booth I wanted to hit again because there was a Marvel Legends figure that I was looking for, and he had a great price on it.
Yeah.
And luckily, I was able to find that booth in the midst of
I don't
everything.
know how you found it.
I don't know either. I was just by sheer luck.
The place is so overwhelming. It's unbelievable.
But I was able to get Spider-Man Noir for a pretty decent price, and with the new movie coming out this weekend, this one's probably going to go.
Is he
up
in it?
value. Oh yeah, he's in it too. Yeah, I think Frank told us Nicolas Cage
Yes.
voices him.
Oh,
Yes,
right on.
Spider-Man Noir is in it.
So I'm glad I got it because this is definitely my favorite version of Spider-Man. It's
pretty
got
cool.
the whole steampunk kind of thing going for him. So that was cool. So I'm glad that you guys decided to find another pop because otherwise I wouldn't have went back
Yeah,
to get it.
me too. This is the pop in question. We had to. It was. Patty didn't realize they were Disney ride.
Attraction.
Oh, sorry, not rides. Never call them rides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Attraction pops. So we made that discovery,
that is pretty cool.
and she actually showed some restraint because there was the tiki one she wanted.
Oh, the tiki room and then
the tiki room.
The Haunted Mansion,
Oh, that's right, we
Pirates
did
of
see
the
the Haunted
Caribbean.
Yeah, so
I started to get a little googly-eyed, and I had to really pause.
yeah, to
Hey,
rein it in.
Christmas is coming.
Oh, Christmas is done.
Anniversaries, birthdays. You got plenty of opportunities.
Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, spring
we're giving
break,
gifts for that
the-
now.
Easter,
I like that.
winter solstice. Yeah, there's a lot coming. New Year's.
So Frank,
Frank.
what were your thoughts on generally on Frankenstein?
It was pretty amazing, but overall it was just super overstimulating for me. Like there's like crowds of people, and then there's so many things to look at. Like it was just almost overwhelming. I was on the verge of a panic attack a few times. I was like, all right, I got to step away from these crowds. And
Yeah.
We did go this is the second weekend before Christmas.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering
for
if they-
sure way more crowded than when I came down back in October.
Well, and then they had signs up that this next week they were actually going to be open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
Right, yeah.
All leading up
This weekend was
to.
like their
Up to-
playoffs, and
yes.
next weekend's like their
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
And there were times when, because Frank even mentioned me, he's like, hey man, I need to take a step back and get out of here. And it was very San Diego Comic Con-esque at times with the crowds and the people in the aisles.
The aisles are very narrow.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people. And like a Comic-Con or a Toy-Con or whatever, the vendors there want to put everything they have out, and, you know, so it's just
Oh, yeah.
everywhere stuff, you know.
Oh, I was overwhelmed because you go in and there's these vendors that have these cases with all these vintage action figures. It's really cool. And then all of a sudden you look up and there's just as much stuff piled on top of the cases. And you're like,
Yeah.
where do I look? And if I want that, how do I get that? Where's the ladder?
Yeah, there's like 15 feet high. Like,
Yeah, every place had stuff way up high.
Packed to the gills.
Yeah.
how about that one pop booth? It had that wall. It was like
It was like a castle. Yeah.
It was.
That's in it's in the footage.
yeah, it's in the footage. It was like the wall from Game of Thrones
The
there.
fortress.
Or The Shining. It was
Just
the
a
maze
pop.
from The Shining.
Impenetrable wall of pops.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, and this is going to bring back something that Rob did yesterday too. It's funny, like when you go to an amusement park and you see someone in the morning, at least with me, I tend to see that person throughout the day.
Yeah.
So one of the toys that kept reoccurring for me that I saw at almost every booth was the wall from Game of Thrones,
yeah,
the Winter
yeah.
Wall.
Yeah,
And then
that's
one of
right.
the action figures that Rob kept seeing, or figures that looked like
Everywhere I looked, I saw Abraham. I don't know.
From The Walking Dead.
From Walking Dead, yeah. Everybody looked like him yesterday. For
that
some
was
reason.
funny. I remember at least 4 or 5 where you're like, is this Abraham?
It
Kind
should
of
be.
looks like him.
Hopefully it's in the footage.
Yeah.
I haven't edited it yet, but
Hopefully the record button was on.
yeah, that was an issue. So we may have
Yeah.
some things and may not have some.
Yeah,
things.
that's all right. It
It's
was-
hard
it
with
was
this
still fun.
technology to know if it's working or not.
Yeah.
When you get past a certain age.
Well, like we said though, I mean, as soon as you walk in there, you kind of do get overwhelmed.
It's
I mean,
overwhelming.
now that we've been there, I think now we can probably navigate a little bit more. But your first time there, it's definitely, you're like, you want to see everything, and you are.
It's pretty logically laid out. It's not super confusing.
No.
You know, if you do get lost in like one large booth that's labyrinthine, you know, you can generally, you know, it's not like some Comic Cons you go to or the big cons you go to, and you're just you come out of a booth and you don't know which direction.
Exactly.
Because you have multiple choices. With this, it was pretty
It was pretty.
cut and dry.
Well
laid
down.
out. Yeah. You know, my thing was you saw a lot of the same stuff. I mean, mostly. First of all, it's a pop frenzy.
Oh yeah.
That's the
I've never
world
seen
we
More
live in
pops
now.
than
It's just
anything
pops
else.
everywhere, and they're all roughly the same price. And we were talking last night about, you know, these people. It's not like they're at a con where they truck it all in. They set it up. These people are here regularly, so they're not like, as I felt, as willing to kind of bargain. You know, it's not like on Sunday, like we got to get rid of this stuff. No, we're open Wednesday again, and somebody will just buy it then. So
Right, yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot of, you know, everybody was willing to work a little bit, but
not much.
not a lot.
much.
And the prices I thought were a little above.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought that they were a little high. I did get lucky with the little Thundercats down here, and the guy was willing. He shaved off a few dollars for each one.
Because you bought the set. That's the thing. I
so
think
that
if
was
you
cool.
buy,
Yeah, if you buy the
if you
whole
buy
thing,
a lot,
yeah.
people will
So-
work with you a little bit more.
That was cool. And then these guys too. You know, I'm not a huge Star Wars 6-inch collector, just because I don't want to go down that, as Frank would say,
Rabbit hole.
that rabbit
Rabbit
hole. But when I find them loose and I find them super cheap, then I do pick up a couple.
And those are the icons right there.
I mean, $20 for the pair. So
Yeah.
and they had their weapons and everything, so I couldn't pass that up.
And then from the same vendor, I got this guy, the Stormtrooper, which the only reason he was cheap, he was $15, and he has some custom paint on his thing there, which I'm just going to get rid of. But everybody wants $30 for these troopers.
Yeah.
You know, these sand troopers, because everybody wants to shoot them with the dewback, and you need a bunch of them. So
They're great
Yeah.
for toy
they're
photography.
awesome figures. They're, you know.
So I think if you're looking for toys for your kids, or if you're looking for things that are open and you dig, I think you can find the deals.
yeah.
But as far as stuff that's boxed, vintage, I
the
think
collectible stuff,
Yeah,
a little
I
bit
think
higher end.
Yeah,
stuff.
they know what they have, and they're pretty steady on their price. So.
Yeah.
You would almost need a second day there, I think, just to go through all of the random tubs
That's what I wanted
and bagged
to do.
things
Oh,
because
yeah.
you didn't
Find
have
all the
enough
little
time,
treasures in
and
there,
you
yeah.
could have possibly found,
All kinds
the
of stuff.
Holy Grail in several of those, but they
Wow.
were so immense.
I mean,
Yeah.
those
go
people
through.
would know if they had it.
Well, you never know.
But
For
something
you,
to you.
for
Right.
you,
Something,
your
yeah.
Holy Grail.
True.
And that's something I wished I'd have had more time to do, is go through those bins and
Yeah.
the bags and
Well-
find those cheap treasures.
Now that I've been there a couple of times, and I found a booth there this time that I didn't know was there before. He had all the 4-inch Marvel Universe figures
right,
and all the
right.
G.I. Joe guys.
Yeah.
So when I was in there digging around, he had tons of everything carded and everything. But then, like Patty was saying, I looked and they had all these bins and drawers, and I noticed somebody just walked in there, started looking through the bins, which I didn't know you could do, and whatever. But the guy that was sitting there in the booth, he's like, yeah, he goes, that bin is this one's this one, yeah, dig through whatever you want, and then let me know. So he had tons of stuff inside.
Well, especially if you've got something that's missing a piece, you might find it with the piece or that piece. So I would almost think you need a day just
to go look.
strictly for digging.
Yeah.
Strictly put your jeans on, sit on the floor, and dig.
Yeah. And if anyone's a big Marvel Legends collector, there was several booths that had tons of just Build-A-Figure pieces. So if you're missing an arm, you're missing a head.
multiples of it, too.
Multiples of it, yeah. You could tell
You'll
where...
see in some of the footage that Rob was taking, like we just couldn't believe, like we have one Spider-Man and there's like 20 other ones. You're like, oh my God, it was just
the
armies.
Predator guy.
Yeah, the Predator guy. I forgot
And
about.
I thought his prices were very high because
Yes,
all those
they were.
Predators were loose,
Yeah.
and a lot of them were missing accessories. And he was
Absolutely.
still
And
asking...
you can still buy those new
Yes.
in the stores for less than that.
But I mean, he had them all there, and like
Yeah.
you said, 4 or 5 deep, and it's like,
yeah.
But it was cool to see.
It's like being in a candy store when you go in and you just see, all the big barrels of all the stuff, and you're like, I gotta
Right.
get something.
Right.
It's like enticing.
Yeah, it really is.
It's in the footage, but just the depth of the figures of the,
Yeah, the sheer
a whole
volume of-
entire shelf of Hulks that goes like 10,
Yeah.
12
Deep.
figures
Hulk
deep
army.
and 50 across. It was a pretty unbelievable sight,
And
And you have
other,
this much room to look at it too. You're like,
Yeah, you're like, because then you're backing into
you're
everybody.
blocking the aisle. Like
Yeah.
you're like this
That
close.
was
and you're
very
like,
narrow.
oh.
Anything else you guys want to highlight from your hauls?
Oh, these are a couple of Patty's things. I'm sorry, Frank.
No, you're fine.
A cool Disney puzzle.
Yeah, I looked
We're into
those.
puzzles. We like puzzles.
Puzzles.
It's
I
nice,
looked those
relaxing.
up. I could not find that one anywhere available online, but the other ones that I found like on eBay were going for about $24, $25. Got that one for 10, so I was
Yeah,
pretty
it's
excited. It's
got the-
panoramic.
Both parks on it.
I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah.
And with you guys being big Disney fans, because I noticed that there was a lot of booths that had Disney.
Yes.
Was there
a
like
lot.
some unique stuff because we're so close to
That's-
There was
Anaheim?
it wasn't so much, I don't know if I'd say unique, but a lot of stuff straight out of the parks.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And they still had park tags
Yeah.
on them, but then they were selling them for exactly what the park was selling them for.
Well,
so like those purses.
Well, I worked for Disney, and I know for a fact that they have auctions, and if you work for Disney,
for like
then
their
you get
overstock and stuff?
Yes, well,
Cool.
and stuff that gets also retired and stuff
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're, and you have the opportunity to go to these auctions. This is if you work for them, and
Right.
you can go and you just get like bottom prices. Like I only went to a few when I worked there in Florida, and you'd be shocked at some of the stuff that they sell. You're
Oh,
just
wow.
like, it was really cool though. Like I
wow.
mean, they'll sell anything from stuff that you can actually buy, or if they close down a restaurant, they'll have exclusive stuff from there. It was like it was pretty neat.
I was surprised at the amount of Disney booths that were there.
Yeah, well,
Some
quite a
just
few.
completely dedicated Disney, and other ones that just had a lot. But
But then
several
it's right around the corner.
several that I spent time in, the prices were nothing compared to, like, it's the exact same. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, if it was even $10 off, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, this is what the tag says from Disney Parks,
Right.
and that's what you're charging. So,
Maybe they just didn't want to reticket it.
maybe. But they had those things like all the purses. I was looking at the Loungefly purses. I'm kind of obsessed with those. So ladies, if you're listening, and the beautiful bags and wallets, and they were in glass cases, but they were all $65 and up,
Same
and that's
price,
what they
yeah.
are in the park.
Yeah.
So
Rob and I were talking about the prices because a lot of the stuff that we were looking at, there wasn't prices on.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, now we got to talk to someone.
That's I think that's the strategy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
obviously they want you to talk and interact. They don't want you to just look at something and put it back on the shelf.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's something for us to remember. So next, when you come visit us at the Toy Con,
maybe
we
we'll,
won't have prices.
yeah, maybe
you'll
we'll
have
make
to
you
talk to us.
My only other exciting thing besides my Splash Mountain, which here's another close-up of that because that's just so awesome, was this Linda Carter Wonder Woman. And I checked that too, and it was going for more, so we did okay with that one, but she's a beauty.
Actually, we got a little bit off of it because the box
that's
had
right.
a ding in it, but we're going to open it anyway. So
there you go.
Yeah.
while you're in close, I'm going to show you this. This is my only, if you can believe it, the only Boba Fett piece I bought. I drove out here and expected to replenish my collection, and this is all I ended up with. But this is a cool little custom piece by Blood and Teeth is the company. I'll show you the card. Mr. Dust. Anyways, he does like these cool custom figs and custom little sculpts and
It was
whatnot.
a really cool booth. It was all like done with horror. Every figure in there, or every poster, every card, everything had some kind of horror element. Remember the Buzz?
The Buzz
Yeah,
Lightyear.
Oh yeah,
iPhone.
Buzz and Woody
It's on the
were
card
done.
right there, yeah.
Oh yeah,
It
there's
was really cool.
Yeah.
It was
But yeah,
genius.
so I always like to, find an artist or somebody who's doing custom work and, try to support them. I don't like to spend too much.
Right.
Now, Rob, since you said your only Fett piece that you have, I see.
What
do you call these other
you're
three
right.
pieces
All right.
you got?
So these I actually, honestly, I feel a little bit guilty about these, but I don't want to get controversial. But see, the people that were selling these they had a ton of really cool stuff, and they're just like, just prints on a foam board for hanging and whatnot, and they were cheap. But I saw an artist who I like, I have some of his work, whose work was taken by these people and reproduced, and they were selling it, and that I really, like this piece. That's what all of this is basically.
It's not original art.
No, yeah, but it kind of hit home because I'm like, I bought this dude's work and I met him at one of the cons and we were talking about it, and there these people had his piece up there for sale. So I felt a little skeevy about it, but I'm like, I bought from them anyways because they were so cool. They were cool and the price is right. But hey, I feel guilt about it, so that's what.
There you go.
As long as
what
you're
counts.
guilty. As long as you're guilty.
I did get a couple artist things. This guy, his name is Nick Hernandez, and I thought I recognized his stuff, and he said he has come to Vegas for the Las Vegas cons before, so I had to get two of my favorite X-Men. So this is Beast and Gambit,
Nice.
and his stuff was, I couldn't believe how cheap he was selling his stuff for. I was like, and it came with a frame. So definitely check out Nick Hernandez online, and if you're in Frank and Son, check out his booth. It's over by the bathroom. So
Nice way to plug that.
And if you're the guys who do this stuff, don't go for the little guys stuff. If you're gonna use a piece from Lucasfilm or whatever and make money off it, that's what everybody does.
yeah.
But it's a great idea.
Don't go from and don't steal from the independent artists.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Let them make their money.
All right, so now, Mr. Frank.
Well, one of my things I found was I found the Chewbacca.
The missing piece.
The missing Chewbacca Christmas pop.
All right, if you remember from our last episode, Frank had Yoda and...
I had Yoda, Darth Vader, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
The holiday pop.
The holiday
There
pops
you go.
and will probably be the only pops that I really get.
Except for this one that you
except
got.
for
All
this
say that.
smashed up box
Wait.
that I got for $5
Except
of
for
Pickle
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah.
Pickle Rick. Now,
We all say, I want to make a point here. We all say, oh, this is going to be the only pop I buy. And then we see the next one and we'll say, well, we had to get that one too, but it's going to be,
That's how it
the last
starts.
and the next one
Hey,
comes
boys.
along. It's
welcome.
No.
I know.
Join me.
plastic crack
I
is
know.
what it is.
I already had 8 of them, so
Hashtag plastic
A
crap.
friend of ours said, friend of ours is Reese. Reese said, he's like, this rise of pops is probably what's causing all the global warming with all the plastic.
With
they're
all the
using.
plastic production, yeah.
He wrote
Blame
that
it
this
all
morning.
on
I was
one-
dying.
One company,
funny.
Funko.
So what else did
Well,
you get
the other
there?
two things, since I'm going with a Christmas theme this, doing the 12 Days of Christmas shirts this year, I got two extra Christmas shirts just in case. One's, of course, the Ninja Turtles
Classic.
there, and then I have another Santa Yoda here.
Aww.
That's cute.
And then, speaking of also Christmas, still, since we're going to that theme, Under our tree, I make a winter scene, and I found my own little personal winter soldier there.
The true winter soldier.
The true
And
winter
he's got
soldier.
his
A literal
snowboard.
Snowboard, yep. So he'll be
So there's the
snowboarding
cat.
under my Christmas tree.
Can't wait to see that.
And then I got a gift for one of my coworkers, Ricardo there. He's a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, and he was actually looking for this figure, and I came across it, and it was better than the one he was actually
Nice.
looking for online.
So
So,
is that
now-
one hard to find?
the hard part is the tail's usually missing on
Oh,
this figure, because it's not, I don't know if it's well attached or if it might be a flaw in the actual figure itself. But he's had a hard time finding one with the tail on it, and this one's in the box. It's got all the hands and everything. So,
Very cool.
and it was a much cheaper price than he was looking for online.
that's
so,
good.
Yeah.
Is
Merry
he,
Christmas, Ricardo.
Is he a listener?
Yes.
viewer?
He better be.
He better be.
In order to receive his gift, he must subscribe,
He must-
like,
subscribe.
and share.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricardo.
Ricardo.
We're all looking for you.
Listen,
buddy.
we're still at the level where we'll say your name on the air. Which, who? Birthday?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Well, that's all right.
I'm gonna bleep it.
All right.
Tendo Kid. We're gonna bleep that out, and I'll put something over my mouth because we want to protect the children. Tendo Kid's birthday.
Yeah, Tendo Kid's birthday is this weekend, so we want to make sure that we give a shout out to him.
Happy birthday, Tendo Kid.
Happy
Hippie birdie.
We're still little people
Yeah,
right now.
Exactly.
So
I
subscribe
don't
and
feel so little.
like us and make us skyrocket to fame, and then we might still mention
We'll
you.
still like you, yeah.
Might.
We're not going to change.
No.
We're still going to like toys. So what about, we should probably wrap this thing up, as far as advice for people, like parking,
Ugh.
photos.
Yeah.
Filming.
We have a little quick story
Yeah.
about the photos. So you wonder sometimes. I even mentioned it
We
before
did.
came,
We even looked.
about bringing the camera, about shooting, whatnot. Saw nothing anywhere. Every once in a while, you'd go to a booth and you'd see a sign, "No photos, please," because it's an
Very
artist's original
booth
work.
specific.
Every
Yeah,
booth- yeah.
very specific.
So we're at a place. I'm not gonna pull punches.
No.
They were selling knockoff Chinese Legos.
Yeah, which is
Which
most
is
places
fine,
there,
you know.
and at every con, you know that's a
It's always
growing
gonna be
trend,
there,
and
and
it's there.
Sometimes there are Legos you can't get, and they have them, and you're like, "That's a really cool figure. I want it." So,
Yeah.
woo! So, anyways, I'm filming, getting B-roll footage for this amazing SquadCast,
Masterpiece.
and I see a hand come up in front of the lens that goes black, and this very hostile woman comes up to me and says, "You know, you're not allowed to film here. There's signs everywhere, and it's a Frankenson official policy." And she just got
Start spouting off all of these.
She ranted.
like-
she ranted.
She ranted quite
Yes.
often.
Yeah,
quite
so I'm
frankly.
like, all right. I said, it's our first time here. I didn't realize, whatever. And she's like, well, just,
She said there are signs everywhere.
yeah, there's signs everywhere, which
I
even after we
immediately began looking
we
everywhere.
never
and-
saw it.
Not even at their booth.
Not even at their
No,
own
not even at
booth.
their booth.
Yeah.
Not even a
So I made a comment under my breath, not to her, but to
No,
Rick.
to me, yeah.
And
We weren't even
so
talking
then
to her.
she's kind of started. It was just a very, it was
She
unpleasant.
said, "Don't make an incident of this, sir. This is your first time here.
Let's make it a
Let's make it a good experience."
Well, you've
Like,
ruined
well, you
that.
just ruined it for
Yeah,
me
but
by sticking your
she
crap,
made- The one that said "Don't make an incident" is making a
Right.
huge incident in this tiny booth.
And also, not to rat you guys out for spending money on, knockoff Legos, but
Hey, hey, hey.
we were all gonna make
we
a
were
purchase.
going to make a purchase there.
Right, we were all
and,
gonna make a
we ended up
purchase.
not. Just be a human being. If she'd have come up to me and said, "Excuse me, sir, we asked that you don't shoot it and film in here,"
Right.
But it was just the way she handled it. It
Yeah.
was very, and then she's telling me not to make it a bad experience.
And she wouldn't let it go. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
You
we're
get
moving
arrested
on.
in China.
You
I-
powered
To
down.
leave. Yeah, and then she
Yeah,
told
Rob,
me,
stay out of China. You're
try
gonna get
that in
arrested with your
China.
camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she brought up the China cuts. Like,
Yeah, like
if you go to China and do that, they'll arrest you.
Yeah, and if you
Okay.
get busted selling these here, they'll.
Yeah, what happens if you sell Chinese Legos? So, at any rate, be careful filming if
Yeah.
you go. Parking is a little bit of a mess.
Not
because
even a little.
It's
Let's
a
put it in
nightmare,
all
yeah.
caps.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
It,
yeah.
it also was a busy weekend,
Mhm.
but if you're not afraid to walk, you can park a little bit far and walk. But be
Or
prepared to circle,
Right.
And be patient.
And be aware of where you can and can't park because you don't want to get towed.
Yeah.
Right.
We're fine.
And
And-
I would say, depending on how you handle these kind of things, you got to allot a couple days for it. Well, it's only usually open Wednesday and Saturday.
I believe
right?
so, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's hard to do 2 days. So if you see something on your first burn through
Mm-hmm.
that you want, buy it, because you're probably not going to see it again.
Right, yeah.
You're not going to, or make a mental note of the,
And my suggestion is kind of what I said before. I would still suggest come with a plan in mind, something that you're actually looking for or that you want to find, and then give yourself a budget.
because it is overwhelming.
It is.
My budget was it was waffly. I never got a firm number, so I didn't know if I could buy that Hot Toys Boba Fett.
Is that what we're gonna say?
Fourth scale.
That thing was huge. I thought it was a statue.
Beautiful figure, man.
Holy cow!
I didn't know it was
I
a figure
wanted that.
until you told me.
I don't even have the room for it, frankly.
That's the thing,
That I
too,
would want to put like a pillar in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
with the
The
light
spotlight.
coming.
yeah. You have to have a podium for it or something.
for one of those mythos. So it was a nice figure.
I think everybody showed a lot of restraint, but we all left with something.
Yes.
Yeah, they had my Lion-O, but I couldn't fork over the $120 for the Mattel Lion-O.
And he's a Thundercat, correct?
Yeah, he's a Thundercat. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Got all the other ones in the line, but somehow I missed that one when it came out. So
Have to keep an eye out on
I'll keep
the bay,
looking.
unfortunately.
I'll keep looking.
Yeah. So, all right. Any final words from the?
Looking
peanut
forward
gallery?
to returning sometime.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun.
Yep.
As far as we're going to take a little break.
Oh, yes.
Over the next couple weeks, we are super excited, and I got to come up with a new phrase. I feel like I've said that 2 or 3 times on this episode, but we are excited that this came as a random suggestion, and we just decided to run in and do it without really knowing nothing. And we have seen a lot of success over the past few months. We've gotten a lot of really good comments and things from people in the community, and made a lot of really good friends in Las Vegas in the pop culture community.
Yeah.
So we're very grateful for all that and all the support that we are getting, and we just hope to see it continue in 2019. We do have some plans for 2019. We're going to streamline things a little bit, and we're not going to be producing every week. We're going to be producing every other week. So our first episode we're looking at recording on January 8th, and then coming out that Friday.
Yeah.
And then we'll do every other week from there, at least as far as winter and spring is concerned. And then summer we'll take a look at that and let you guys know what's going on. But
we
got
will
plans.
return. You're not going to see us for a little while, but don't get concerned.
This may be a good opportunity to go back and rewatch or re-listen, or if you're late to joining and discovering us, go back and look at the past 18 episodes that we've done.
On our road trip, we listened to some podcasts, and actually what we're doing is, it sounds like other podcasts. We went into this blind, but I think we're doing all right.
Yay, guys!
So listen, share,
you
like.
if we're doing all right.
Yeah, actually,
well, don't open the can of worms,
I
right?
can't really say. But we'd love to hear from you, and share it, like it, and we won't list all the
things.
stuff.
If you've
Anywhere
got,
you go, if you search Vegas Toy Squad, you're gonna find us.
Yeah.
if you've got ideas for things you'd like to hear the guys talk about, or for us to investigate, or other field trips we can go on in 2019, share some ideas with us. We're always looking for suggestions, and we're game for almost anything.
For sure.
Speak for yourself, lady.
Well, we want to wish all of you happy holidays and happy New Year from all of us at Vegas Toy Squad.
Yep.
Indeed.
You guys good?
We good.
All right. Well, VTS is ready to transform and roll out.
See you in 2019.
BTS out.
BTS out.